right, so we're recording. One, two, three. We're here with Lee, founder and CEO of MPH Club. Michael and Ian, we're hosting the podcast. Lee, what's going on, my man? How you doing?
All right.
All great, brother. Thanks for
What's
having me
going
on.
down? Oh, it's our
A
pleasure,
lot's
man.
going
We
down,
love
bro.
it.
I don't know
I've
if
been
you can
busy
see
the
the
past
hat.
couple weeks.
Where is it?
What you been doing? What you been busy with?
Oh man, so we finally closed on our new facility and we moved in the past 2 weeks. You guys got
Oh,
to come check
wow.
it out.
Amazing. Wow, the other facility was crazy. Yeah, the jet
Yes.
hanging next to you, like that was intense. So where is this one?
So this one is very close by. It's like a mile down the street, but it's our own facility. It's a 16,000 square foot facility that I purchased, and we are parking the vehicles inside now, which is such a big difference for us.
Oh, that changes the game,
It
right?
does. It
Changes the
does.
experience, everything. Because I remember last time you had the jet hangar like situated by you. You had your own
Yeah.
facility. That was fairly large, but definitely not like that big. That sounds crazy. You
Yeah,
said 16,000 square feet,
16,000
right?
square feet. That's
It's
huge.
massive. I'm parking 45 vehicles inside the showroom and another 100 outside the parking lot.
Yeah, and then before I know you utilize like you have really good relationships with the hangars and whatnot. You were parking in some of the hangars, some Ferraris you had in the cut over there. You had like
Yeah,
right, you
yeah.
had 5 billion in cars in the cut over there, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
All the
Right?
cool
And
locations
yeah.
You're
too,
not
like
wrong.
Fountain Blue,
So now you have the garage.
SLS.
That's so you how many
Yeah.
cars? You said 45 you could fit in your new facility.
Yeah, we have 80 plus cars in the fleet currently right now, but 45 of them are parked inside the showroom. Currently, we're very busy, so there's only like 7 or 8 cars here right now because it's a busy weekend for us. But I have a great relationship with the Phantom Blue Aviation. We go there constantly every day. I actually have a client landing in about 30 minutes over there that one of my guys are delivering the vehicles. So we're constantly going back there because a majority of our clients do fly private, they land there, and we service them.
Amazing, amazing. I saw you were Dan Bilzerian, like what was that, like
I
last week
saw
or
that.
something?
Yeah, yeah.
What was that about?
When
What
it was the
happened with him?
American flag colors with the Aventadors, that was pretty
Oh yeah, yeah,
badass.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
dope. That was dope.
So he's obviously one of the clients. He landed at Phantom Aviation a couple of days ago, and he called me last minute. He's like, "Hey, bro, I'm coming town tonight. Are you guys available?" I'm like, "Oh, wow, last minute." I'm like, "Yeah, what do you want?" He goes, "No, nothing special. Do you have any Aventadors?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a couple of Aventadors. Coincidentally, I have the red, white, and blue because he's like Captain America." So we brought the cars over there and it just felt like really cool experience. The red, white, and blue cars were there. The plane, he gets off, his whole posse gets out. It was really cool. It was a last
That
minute thing
looks
we ended up
sick.
pulling off.
Oh, that
Yeah,
looks
he's a
sick. I
really,
saw
really
it all
cool
the
guy.
doors up. Yeah, yeah. You worked with him previously too, right? To some extent, I feel like
Yeah.
I remember.
So me and Ian actually met him like 9 years ago for the first time. That's when Instagram was first popping off. It was insane. I remember the first shout out that we ever got from him. We got like 10,000 followers within the first day. It was insane. This guy's got
Get
he's
out
got
of
a
here.
big cult.
Dan was one
Yeah,
of the guys like I first met when he had like maybe 50,000 followers or 100,000. I'm like, oh, this guy looks pretty cool. You know what? Would you be interested in becoming like a brand ambassador for us? We'll call you a family member. I was like, yeah, totally. So
Get
yeah,
then
out of
and
we
here.
me and like,
met
who
up
is
here
this
in
guy?
Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah.
posting pictures with girls and guns. I'm like, this guy seems cool. Next thing you know, the guy blows up, bro.
He's he's
Crazy.
he's
Yeah.
he's wild. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
But
up there,
very
man.
authentic and cool. Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. And I know you work with so many different celebrities, which is dope. But Lee, I want to ask you, like, tell me what's the story for those that don't know you? Like I mentioned when I just introduced you, founder, CEO of MPH Club. I know you have so many other little things going on, big things, so many other things. You're an entrepreneur. To me, over in New York, little do you may know, Lee, I look at you as one of those OGs, in that crew with like Brett
Yeah.
David, whatever. I'm from
Yeah.
afar. I don't really know much, but I see what I see on
That's in the
Instagram.
circle.
I'm
Yeah.
heavy on the IG with it. And like you look like one of the real cool kids from school in the area, this and that. You know what I'm saying? No, you do well. Like your whole clique is cool. I love it. But like, what's the story behind yourself? How did you really, start the company? What's the whole like background?
I appreciate that. Yeah. So,
Nah,
um,
genuinely, man. Be honest.
thanks. So, a quick story. Pretty much, I opened this company up about 10 years ago. I had a dream of owning these high-end exotic cars. I always wanted to own a Lamborghini, and I didn't have, the money to really afford it. So, Deep down inside, I'm a computer geek. I build websites, I optimize them, and that's my story. That's my thing. That's my specialty. So I built one day like a fake facade of a exotic car rental company, and I took up with pictures from Google, put them all over online. I faked the whole thing, and I ranked the website to be number one. And because it got to be number one, I was able to get so many leads and so many phone calls. So when I realized, how do I offset my expenses on buying a Lamborghini? I realized, what if I just rent it out a couple of times a month and offset my expenses? Maybe at the end of the year, if I'm lucky, I'll get a free Lamborghini. If it costs me a couple $1,000, I'll deal with it. It's still cheaper than actually owning one. So I built a fake facade, took 6 months, ranked the website, and started generating leads. And then next thing you know, I grew the balls one day to go buy a Lamborghini. I went to the Lamborghini dealership at Brett's Lamborghini dealership in Miami, which is
I
a good friend of
remember it,
mine.
a white Gallardo, right?
Yep, that was the
Convertible
first car, the white Gallardo.
with the R8.
Yep. So the
Yeah.
first car was the Gallardo, right? Before I purchased the R8 like a month later, but the first Gallardo, I walked in the dealership and I begged Brett, make this possible, bro. I don't have maybe the best credit in the world. I never bought a car more than like $50,000 in my life. And this is a $250,000 car. I had to literally max out 4 of my credit cards. I grossed $60,000, went into debt. Today that I think about it and talk about it, it's insane that I've done this before. I literally went into debt, maxed out my credit cards, bought the Lamborghini, and said, "Oh God, God mercy, let's make this possible." Took the car, enjoyed it for a couple of days, and I eventually started renting it out. And after a couple of transactions, I got more comfortable on handing over a $250,000 rocket ship to a complete stranger. And when the cars come back perfectly safe, I'm like, all right, this is cool. I think we could do this.
This is a
Then I had one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a business, exactly. Then I had one guy who took the car for a month, and that changed the game. So when he took the car for a month, there was a big transaction. I literally took that capital and bought 2, 3 more cars right away, immediately. The R8 was one of them. I bought a Ferrari 48, 458 Italia at the time.
Can I
And
ask
those
you,
were the
what is
hot
something
cars.
like, I don't know if I have it off the top, but what is something like that run for a month? Just like curious. Like if someone were to book
Yeah, so the Gallardo, we had to put $60,000 down, and my payments were like under $4,000 a month, which is
No, yeah, I'm
pretty
saying
high.
not, yeah, I'm saying for the person that's like, say someone was gonna rent a car
Oh,
like that from you for a month, what are they looking at? Like how much they have to spend?
I gave him a little discount. It was $45,000 for the month.
That's cool.
Yeah, and at the time, listen, this is 10 years ago. Nobody was doing this. It was very rare. It wasn't easy to find a bunch of these cars available. There's maybe 5 of them in South Florida that were available for rent, and I had one of them. So it was
And
very
probably
unique,
as
very unique.
cool and accessible and like like as you had made it, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
also remember Brett, like back in the day, like, hey, come to the event and we'll get you one of the Gallardos or exotic cars from MPH, So that
Yep.
right there created a lot of traction too, Like
He did.
it's
He did.
like
He definitely helped out by
the,
supporting us. He definitely helped
the
out a
best
lot.
of the best, I don't know too many other exotic cars. I mean, there's a million of them, but like
Now
back
you're the
then,
Yeah,
it
OG.
was
now
always
there is.
you.
I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah,
we opened up everyone's eyes, and everybody now is
yeah,
an exotic car rental company. But there's
yeah.
only obviously one MPH code. We provide excellent customer service,
Oh
and
yeah,
we
and
do
all
have
the
a
best
unique.
locations. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yours is, there's
So,
definitely a lot of good ones. There's so many. There's a lot of good ones, but you definitely have that energy, like you attract the classy, like you have a really good, business. The way you guys market is so like so creative, so consistent.
thank you.
You stay on top of everything. Like, you're solid, so you
Yeah.
definitely are like one of the
The
OGs in
goal
the
is the
business.
quality over the quantity.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love the company, man. From afar and up
Oh yeah.
close, it's amazing, honestly. So can you
Thank
tell
you.
me from there, what's the story? So like the Gallardo, it starts renting, you get this big one, you start buying 2 or 3, and then from there you're just, I guess, just starting to scale that business model and just attaching other things to it, like maybe photo shoots and
Yeah.
collaborative stuff with like Fountain Blue. You just start scaling out the business as a whole, right?
I
Correct.
think today you're the only company that I know that has an Aventador SV.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cars that we have that no one has. A Vendor SV. We have
Yeah.
4 other Vendor S Roadsters. We have a Ferrari 812 Superfast, and no one has one. We have a couple Phantoms. Nobody has Phantoms.
I
I
remember
have a lot of
seeing
unique
like
vehicles.
Bugattis too, right?
Yeah, we used to have a Bugatti, not anymore. It didn't really make any sense, so got rid of it. But yeah, we have a lot of unique cars that is very hard for you to find anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't know another car rental company that can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So pretty much, yeah, the next
it's a
step
big
was,
fleet. You said
yeah.
85 cars. Yeah, so I want to know the details. I really do. So what's the next step? So you're getting one or two more, and now what happens from there?
So I quickly found out that my credit and my budget can only afford X amount of cars. You know, when I got to like 10, 15 cars, I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm maxed out. The bank is not going to let me borrow any more money. I don't have any more money to put down and buy these cars outright in cash. And I realized there's a max. So once I reached that max, I had to think outside the box. So I was able to come up with a concept where we manage your car. So if you buy a car for us, you give it to us and we manage it. So that means it's your car and we split the revenue. So if your car, for example, makes $2,000 per day on a rental, I keep 50% and you keep 50%, which is $1,000 for me, $1,000 for you. I manage your car. You don't have to do absolutely anything. And I do the whole thing from A to Z. I wash the car, maintain the car, detail the car, deliver to the client. I generate the client. I do all of
You
that
manage
detail.
the paperwork. You handle all the liabilities
Yeah,
with
I
that
take
paperwork.
liability. I take all
Yeah.
responsibility of the vehicle. Yeah, and that way I went from owning 10 to 15 cars, and I was like managing 10, 15 cars. And over the years, this grew, and then Turo came up, and that's when Turo had the same idea, and they took it nationwide, which is great, but they took it on the cheaper end cars. We are kind of doing this on a boutique scale, but on the high end exotic cars here in South Florida.
Okay.
And that's the only way I was able to get to 85 plus cars in inventory. Other than that, it would not have been possible for me to do it.
Wow, that's such an interesting business model and like concept. I didn't know it was that big of an arm or like thing for you. Is it that big? It's that big of a business itself, like that service itself, like just like managing cars. Let me move
Oh,
this.
for sure. It's very addicting, man. If you buy one car and you give it to me, 6 months later, you'll be calling me, hey, Lee, what's another car you want? I like the returns.
That's
Trust me, bro.
awesome.
I like
Wow.
that.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's very
So
funny. I had one of these guys, a quick story. I had one of these guys who says, you know what, bro, I'd rather, I buy like 10 apartments a year. I'd rather just buy you 10 cars. I get a better return and I get to enjoy them.
very interesting. That's mad funny. Wow. I
There you
believe
go.
it. I mean, certain cars, certain
Relationships.
apartments.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I always loved
Mhm.
your business model. I'm like, yo, this guy's dope, man. He's driving these ill cars all the time. He's just moving them, renting them. It's really cool. And
Yep.
I also saw another thing, thinking about your visuals right now. Like you're big into watches too, right? You're like an
Yep.
investor yourself because watches are so crazy these days. We touched on that on an earlier episode, but like some of these APs you buy, they're worth 50K more now.
I
Yeah,
saw
there
that.
you go.
Yeah. I'm on a
Yep.
couple of the videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you really
Yeah.
got a lot going on with watches and cars, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been collecting watches ever since a young age, and lately they've been skyrocketing. And
Oh,
I've
yeah.
had a lot of great relationships with the boutiques that I've been purchasing for years. And now lately, just these watches, bro. You buy a watch for 100K, you walk out the door, the watch is worth 400. It's insane what's going on with these watches, man.
Yeah,
But
literally, absolutely
it's a
insane.
double-edged sword. Here's the sad part. The second you walk out the store, if you sell it, you'll never be able to buy another watch from them. So it's like, I got a watch that's worth X amount of money, but I can't really do anything with it.
What do
It's
you
a
mean
good
you'll never be the
investment,
AD? The AD doesn't like when you do that?
Of course not. You're reselling the watch. If
Yeah,
you're gifted a watch from AP to buy one and it's worth more and
yeah.
you
If you
sell it
get
for
that
a profit,
allocation, yeah,
you'll
usually
burn bridges
they
with it. Same
note
thing with
that.
Ferrari.
Yup.
Same
Yeah,
thing with
yeah,
Ferrari.
yeah.
Ferrari actually puts an X amount of days. Like if I have an F8 Spider coming in very soon, and if I sell that car the next day for like 150K over sticker, because that's what they're going for,
Yeah.
I'll never be able to buy another Ferrari again directly from the dealership.
That's
Yup.
pretty
I
intense. I didn't
remember
know it
that.
was
Yeah.
that heavy.
Yeah.
I figure, it makes sense, but that's pretty
Yeah, they,
crazy.
they, they want the
Quality.
collectors, they want the billionaires who don't care about selling these cars or these watches. They want to just be able to sell to collectors.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what I've become, man. I've become a little collector of these watches. It's a really bad habit, bro. It's dangerous, dude. I work to buy watches. Literally, that's all I
Yeah.
do.
Let me ask you, do you get involved in like NFTs at all?
So not NFTs. I have been heavily involved in cryptocurrency as a whole on an early age, more than like 6, 7 years ago. I bought a couple of Bitcoins, sat on them, and realized this thing is really profitable. And I went ham on it a long time ago. And still, I'm a big time believer and a holder. But in the NFT thing, it's a little difficult for me to buy a picture of a monkey for $500,000. I don't know if I could do that right now.
I mean, it's pretty legit. I would recommend, honestly, you really do look into it. Like you're very much
I
so
am.
a community-based, like personal one-to-one business model, providing that awesome service, as you obviously know. But it's all community-driven. Like you get a mutant neighbor at Board 8, there's 10,000 of your customers. The only ones like you really gonna like, I know, you're that quality, like Hermes of the services. I feel like from my, like I said, it's awesome.
You know what,
But I
bro?
feel you would really benefit from it. Tremendously.
Definitely. There's definitely potential here in the NFT industry. I do see it. I do believe in the technology. I do believe that one day when you buy a car or a watch, your certificate, your title will come in an NFT form instead of a physical sheet of paper. Because you can lose this sheet of paper in 2 seconds, but the NFT it's on the platform. It's available 24/7.
You
And I
blockchain
feel
it,
like
put
that's
it in a ledger, it's safe.
Yep.
100%.
Yep, exactly. You hit on the nail, bro. That right there, the technology behind it is fucking genius. It's revolutionary. But to actually buy a picture of a monkey for $500,000, kind of haven't sold me yet.
But it's not just the picture, is what I'm saying. It's the utility, the community. The community is amazing. They're filled with amazing
I
people.
can't wait for one day these big brands will do that.
Yeah. But it's cool. It's cool. I'm curious to see what you end up doing with it. I feel like you may be onto it because you guys are always on the next thing, like all the time.
Yes.
I'm sure
My whole team has been talking to me like we need to tie our memberships with the NFTs, and we're kind of like dabbling into it right now.
That would be cool. Like access to rent the fleet or like to the inventory if you're a member or a holder. That's pretty cool. That would be very cool. That would be very cool. So let me ask you. So as you got scaled in that business, you got that space. What was that previous space that was by the jet hangar? Like that was a good 2, 3, 4,000 square foot space. You had art in there. You had like 10 or 15 employees or so. Right. And you guys are focusing on that. And then from there, now you got into a 16,000 square foot facility that's a mile further down or a mile away.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And have you expanded? You just expanded the fleet. Are you now further involved with jets, like as a service? Have you further expanded the company at all, attached to all of that, or?
I got a couple of things up my sleeve that I kind of want to announce very soon. Obviously, this is the big one. This is the first time that I'm talking to somebody about the new facility. I haven't even posted on Instagram yet. I purchased the facility by 9 months ago, and it's been a battle with the city on changing the zoning because this building was not zoned properly for my use for an exotic car rental company. And I've been battling with the city back and forth for the past 9 months. I spent an arm and a leg on making this possible. And literally 2 days ago on the 13th, I got the license. So we moved in, but we kind of moved in like a month ago. And we moved in, and now we're ready. We're allowed to operate here. Now we're legit. So very soon, in the next couple of days, you'll see us announce it on social media that we moved to our new facility. Our other location is at the Phantom Blue Hotel, which is an iconic location. We'll have that location for the rest of our lives. It's a great place, serves us very well. Phantom Blue is the hotel in Miami Beach. It's the largest hotel in the state of Florida. We generate a lot of traffic there. And we service a lot of our clients, like I said earlier, at the Phantom Blue Aviation at the airport. We're there every single day. We're not normal physically there at that location, but we're there every single day delivering cars to clients constantly. Like you mentioned 2 days ago, Dan Bazarian was there. Yeah. And that's pretty much like our niche. And we're just constantly just been focusing on growing the inventory, and it has been doing very well for us. The next big thing I have up my list very soon, next month or two, is I'm purchasing a pretty large yacht, and that will be our first and only yacht that we offer for charter. So we'll have about 80 plus cars in the fleet and one sick yacht.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. Ian's like, wait, what? Ian just thought of 30 different flashes, girls, this. No, that's awesome, man. Congratulations on everything. It's absolutely amazing. Let me ask you, are you thinking of any other strategic type partner like you have with Fountain Blue that you may create in Miami as well, or no?
Yes, I'm actually in talks with the Breakers in West Palm.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Yeah. There you go.
That'll be a great one in West Palm.
Yeah, because Fountain Blue is amazing. I'm sure you're
It
looking
is.
like to do something like that. That sounds
Yeah.
awesome too. Lee, let me ask you. What would you say to somebody like I heard your story? It sounds awesome. I get what you did. It's very cool. I'm sure there's so many other things in the that we don't know that it's a lot. It's a process to get to where you are. What would you say to someone else that's like interested in what you're doing? Not to duplicate competition right now, but more on a motivational business perspective, somebody that's like really wants to be successful, what would you say are like the top three things that you would say are components or like keys to help you that you use to succeed, let's say,
So in this industry, we're talking specifically.
in this industry, and then maybe as a broad as a whole as well, if you feel it's more valuable or whatever comes to top of mind.
Sure. Let's talk about this
Yeah.
industry real quick. So, if you're looking to purchase a couple of these vehicles and rent them out, I highly recommend you stick to the ones that don't depreciate usually. Ferraris are pretty good, they don't depreciate. Lamborghini Uruses these days are going for 100K over sticker. So, if you're able to order one, wait a year for it to come in. And once it comes in, you can start renting it out. The goal is to sell these cars before they depreciate, that's a big portion of it. And, make sure you filter your clients. That's a big thing. Just because you're able to rent these cars doesn't mean you're really qualified to rent these cars. There's some people who in this industry, we track a lot of scammers, and we need to filter and really protect our assets before we hand over the keys to any individual. There's a little bit of a background check and verifications that we go through. And then honestly, in this business, and not really necessarily just in this business, but any business you get into, I when I was younger, when I started this, I was very aggressive. I was very aggressive on making deals happen. I was very moving forward and very hungry for it. So at this point where I got to the company of this level where it's actually sustained with a lot of repeat clients. And at this point, I don't have to be so aggressive, so hungry anymore. I could just pick and choose the clients that we have. It took me a long time to get to this point, over 10 years, but in the beginning, you do have to bend over backwards to clients and really make things possible.
Yeah, now
Um,
you're like, oh man, that guy, he complains about every single little thing. He's literally a potential, fire every 5 seconds. Tell him we don't have any cars left, right? You're at that level where you're busy, man. You have really good
that
relationships. You
happens
have
sometimes.
consistent business. It's like, wait, tell this guy we're running the other way, right? Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
man. It's
I don't want
everybody
to, I
mentioned
don't
that.
want to, you don't want to get any Tinder swindlers too, right? Like you
Oh
probably
yeah,
like
it's
the first few
impossible.
things
It's
you were
impossible for
saying,
you.
you're like
Yeah,
scammers.
we
I don't know why I thought of this guy right away.
yeah, you know what, bro? That's the funny part. It's we used to track a lot of those people, and now it's impossible for you to go through the system because you have to pass a background check, credit card check, insurance check, driver's license check. If you mess up on any one of these, you're out. You can't rent the car.
Wow.
So our biggest thing is servicing clients and repeat clients. A lot of my clients, more than 50% of the clients that rent on a daily basis moving forward are all repeat clients. A lot of these guys, hey, I rented from you a year ago. I rented from you 2 months ago. I had a great time. I want to try something different. And that's our goal, just to service a lot of the repeat clients. That's the biggest thing. A lot of clients are word of mouth. They brag to their friends and family. They post pictures on social media. They send us a lot of clients.
It's always the best compliment you could ever get. More repeat business like that. It tells you
Yeah,
you're
Yeah,
doing a great
100%.
job.
And
Yeah.
you guys are very personalized. Like I feel like you have like 30 really good relationships. That's your business, right? And then you have like really good staff where they have 5 to 10 to 20 really good relationships, and that's what they're doing, right? And that's
exactly.
the business model. It's a very personalized, cool one-to-one. Oh, you just landed. All right, bro, I got you. What did you want? Boom, 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 right? Yeah, it's sick. And
Exactly.
then you
Yep.
have the yacht coming, man. So much cool stuff. I love it, man. I love it. And then Ian, you're in Miami, so I know when you say, Lee, you're like the best. That speaks volumes. You're the
Oh
Billionaires
yeah.
Club, Miami. Like
Back in the
all.
day when I really used to go out, I would just hit up Lee. Like, hey, got this going on. Can you hook me up? And of course, and then from there, like we've always maintained our relationship. So
Appreciate that,
this
brother.
was
Yeah, like
back in
family,
like
homie.
2013. Yeah, no, likewise, man. That's why I'm very happy, you're joining us here because it's good for our audience to connect the dots, because not everybody knows our story. So
Correct.
yeah.
Word.
Yeah,
Awesome.
since
Awesome. You know what?
2013.
Also, Lee, I ask everybody this because it's quite interesting to me and it's valuable. And many people ask me all the time, like close friends and whatnot. But like, what is like your and it's something that everyone sees as being very valuable. I do personally. But what is like your morning routine, let's say, that leads to these successful days that you've compounded to create such an awesome company, very successful company? What would you say is like what's this? What's the morning routine of Lee?
I'm very structured. I'm not your normal human being, bro. I wake up at 6 a.m. I go running to the beach. I watch the sunrise with my girlfriend, and we run back home. I have a quick little breakfast. I get to work before 9 o'clock in the morning. Operate all day long. Go home. Try to knock out a quick workout after that, and I'm constantly working, man. My phone's nonstop ringing. Taking conference calls at 9 o'clock at night. 24/7 on my emails, on my text messages. You never get a missed call from me. If you do, it'll be 3 seconds later. I'll call you right back. I'm always communicative. I'm always live. Even when I'm on vacation, homie.
You're
I'm
at
plugged
it,
in and
right?
never checked
Well,
out.
you're on
I just
vacation
can't.
right now, bro. That's the reality,
Yeah,
right? Like to it,
yeah.
right? To a
Honestly,
heavy extent, right? You
well,
created
to
your
a
own
heavy
little
extent,
vacation there.
I feel like I vacate. I live where everyone vacations, right? And it doesn't really feel like I work. It feels like I'm going after my passion and my future, and this is something I've been growing. And if it's surreal, bro, I pinch myself every single day when I wake up in the morning, make sure that I'm not sleeping still, because the past 10 years have been a roller coaster of a ride, and it's been really really fun and really enjoyable. Jumping in a Ferrari, going to work in the morning, renting it out, taking a Lamborghini home and switching to any other car I want, which is really, really cool. That's the biggest perks of the business. This is exactly why I started. I'm very passionate on automobiles.
Yeah, man, it's awesome, and I can feel it, and that's why I feel you're really, successful. I felt it when I walked into your facility years ago, and whatever I got from you guys, it was amazing. You have that passion, and you glow when you talk about what you do. So it really does, like, you're just flowing. You're not really, really, like you're just floating around
Yep.
the office. You're flowing. You're doing your thing, and you do well at it. So of that
It's been a
routine,
while since I saw your face, bro. Miami you need to come set
I
up
know
Miami,
I need
man.
to come. I need to come. I just want to ask lastly. So, like in that routine, like I see you get up, get right at it. That's big. You work out. Of those first initial things that you do in the morning, what would you say is like something that just like sets the tone of the day? Like this one thing is this is it. It clicked for me mentally. This is the thing that's working for me. Can't miss this
So
ever. Yeah.
yeah, for me, it's a little different for anybody else, but I'm really into working out, and I love running in the morning. It wakes my ass up, and I see a beautiful sunrise, have a little breakfast, and then I can start the day. By the time I'm eating breakfast, by the time I'm running my 3 miles in the morning, it's already 8 a.m. And the rest of the world is starting to wake up with their alarm clock. I'm
Yep.
already killed 3 miles, had breakfast, and I'm getting dressed to go to work.
That's it. That's it. That's it. You succeeded today, right?
Pretty
Just
much.
with that.
After
I
that,
love it.
I'm gonna kick today's ass.
I love it. I love it. Just getting up early, going at it. Amazing. Amazing. Lee, so I'm so happy you came on, man. When I come to Miami, I'm coming right to see you. You already know. I got to. It's been a minute. And all love, man. I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate
Yeah,
you
no,
coming
Thank you.
on.
thank you.
Yeah, for
Keep me
real.
posted on the yacht. I want to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
there.
Keep us posted so we
Very soon,
post.
very soon.
Yeah, come on. We're here to support too. So let's post it whenever, keep us in the loop with all that. And also just hit me whenever you want a billboard too, bro. I know we spoke about something. You let me know whenever you want something.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Would
we
love
need
to
to talk
do
about
something.
that.
Yeah. All love, bro. Pleasure. Thank you for
All
coming
right,
on
man.
today. All right.
Thank you guys.
Be easy,
See
brother.
you later.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for watching this episode. We upload a new episode every Friday at 5 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. We as well greatly appreciate those that have subscribed to the channel. We appreciate the love and the support. Lastly, if you've missed last week's episode, tune into the episode right here.